Good morning, everybody. A good day. Yeah, depending where you're from. Either way, I hope everybody's doing well. Um, I just realized something. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this into its own tab. I know it's opening up another one, but there's just enough room along the bottom row. Or on the open road. Yeah. Um, I don't know what I want to start with. Start with. Um, I do feel I'll use this since it's nearby. That I need to there. Okay. Um, the people really cold earlier. Now I'm kind of warmed up, but okay. So it's just kind of isn't super early, but it's still kind of early here. I'm feeling so, but I have all these songs just coming at me, so I figured I'd do some and maybe have a little conversation in between. Um, I would love it for at least one person to be here to hear me say, but anybody that tunes in afterwards, I guess would. That I must admit, I'm still, it's not that we aren't performers, but we don't. And yeah, that was so cute when I gave him that ride, brother. It was like what he takes in his mouth. Um, well, how else would he, right? But we don't perform to that level all that often. Um, but it was sure fun. And that's just last night's video. Did pretty good. You're welcome to enjoy it as well and let us know what you think with likes or even better comments. Um, that was the one thing it was a little short on, but people were enjoying it. Was the comment area. There was one during live. I can't get the show since it really didn't say much, but it was still nice. So, uh, what do I want to do first? I'm all over the place here. I really am. Sometimes eh, one song leads to another. You know what I mean? But oh, and I maybe I'm not feeling as energetic as I maybe need to be for this video, but I'm gonna tough through it anyway because you're worth it, and I love performing. I love doing music. I've gotten back into it. It really is one of my true callings. I feel one of my first and best joys. Um, I just wish that I was getting to do more with it. So I'm very thankful that to be able to do it on here, to have this as a platform when there doesn't feel like there's really much other platform. That would be a good segue. Hopefully, it'll come up again, or I'm intending to post it to a group. Well, we got a like right away and a viewer. Welcome. Who we got? Where are you watching from? It's I'm wanting to try and find some local options that I feel be doable. It's just hard. We don't drive. The transit system sucks. So, what would you like me to start with? A theatrical number two. I have a series of morning songs. If it's morning where you're at, let me know. Even if it's not, I can do them. Or I was thinking of, and I kind of want to retitle it just for the sake of this video, because I am picky about a word, and the viewer goes, they're like, well, if you're going to retitle it, I'm not going to know what song you're talking about. And they were here for a little while, but maybe that was unintentional. Maybe they'll be back. I don't know. But I almost want to call it Hecko. And as far as covering music, I kind well, um, yeah, yeah. Um, but some people, I shouldn't say that though, because then people they didn't like much of it, but they liked something, and like finding something to like is better than finding something to dislike. If you can. And most times I would think you can, probably a few things. But yeah. Um, Maybe I should still be sipping coffee, but I need just a so-so one this morning. So I'm hoping that as I'm playing guitar, the movement will give my arms a nice stretch too. And yeah. Okay, well, let's just jump right into it. It's even though the person is not currently here, I said that I didn't start doing it. Doesn't mean I shouldn't. Just maybe not yet. So, um, double and thundering it up. Dog's being good, thankfully. And this book that I have that I'm going to be playing this from. Maybe I should look up the actual version of it. But do I need to do a full version? I don't know. I kind of want to save my energy because I do have a few songs I want to do, and like I say, maybe some conversation. And I probably got about an hour, so time sometimes can fly. But and then yeah, so I'm not going to do the full song. It's going to be like a very big mashup because I got the time and I'm kind of feeling like it. So, but yeah, this particular book has some good songs in it, and it felt like it was worthwhile buying for looks like 2050 Canadian, but they're not full versions as some of these books are, and it's play with one hand or two. I didn't notice that ever before. I've had this for a while, and it was where it's been for months, so it came out of the dusty pile. Well, kind of, and there's a reason why, kind of a reason, as there is for most things, why I'm stylizing this in the way I'm going to. I kind of have to be, but I mean, I just did. The dog will get up, and his nose really shiny. I thought he had something as well, and people tune in, especially some that enjoyed it last night. Well, hopefully they'd say, "Okay, is this like just like the moment before the show? Hope they'll be back. Really liked it last night, But for those that haven't, for the new recruits, I don't want to be off screen if I have to. It's never really for very long, and yeah, sometimes, and as far as people saying, "Oh, you could edit it out," yeah, it's easier to edit out the parts where I'm not even on the screen unless something interesting's happening that like the dog doing something or something. But we just learned how to do that, and it's a bit finicky, but no one says you can't skip ahead, right? But we'll try and do it when we can, and otherwise, hope for your forgiveness. Okay. Now, how did I do this a moment ago before I started the video? So nicely. I'm playing loud. So that's that song. He's just he has been down here. I wish I could have told him, but you know what? The system of mine, it has me up fairly frequently. So even if I got him to be here while I quickly go out for a moment, it's now this song is kind of cool on guitar. So I'm gonna do it. I think I've only ever done it in vocal and with piano. There's a really nice chord. I guess it's D with an F sharp, which is not unusual, and it's also not that unusual that it's coming from a regular D. It's very subtle. Maybe it's this particular guitar because I've only had it for a little while, but there's something quite nice about it. I am going to put in the comments though. Okay. I was just adding something quickly to the comments. I'm going to give you a little preview. Then I have to. Okay, the viewer left. But was it before or after I said preview? I'm going to give you a little. Anyway, yeah, I only take big things, thank you. Because, and there was a website that says I like big books, and I like big books, and not lie. Just kidding. That song may offend some people, so I won't do it. Because I'm never trying to offend, you know. But I'm just thinking they might not notice that comment on in the corner. That's me in the corner with the corner. I keep it on you, and I don't know if I can do it. The dog is being very good and relaxed, but he does have this habit of. I should put on some blow drones for him or something. I'm just glad that not the dog, when Glenn tried to tune this to the piano, he didn't mess it up because, well, it's not that he doesn't know how to do it, but he's not necessarily an expert at tuning a guitar, and he certainly hasn't done that very often. Yeah, our dog just has the habit of getting up when I get up, and then once he's up, he could be nutty. But I don't think that it could be noisy and things. But I don't think that he. I don't think that he finished that thing I gave him to chew on. He doesn't really play with his ropes that often. Sometimes late at night, I wake while he's sleeping. With you about you in my heart. That's Garth Brooks. It is a sad song though, so I don't know if I should do it. But sad songs say so much. But yeah, and I'm also going to put the AC on briefly while I'm away, and hopefully remember it. While I'm away, more Elton John. High in the night, if it helps. More than I love life itself. Anyway, that does not look like it's in all the way, but it is. So it'll kind of cool things down off down here. Because don't really want to have the doors open and be rocking and rolling because people don't know that. And yeah, and this isn't doing very much. So I'll be right back. Okay, Sonny, you behave. Keep things cute while I'm away. Oh, did I not give you? Okay. The morning you get away from us a little bit. Usually he does have his stuff. I'm gonna give it to you, Sonny. I just don't want to really stop because I haven't done much in this yet. Well, I haven't done anything, but. If anybody's there, please see the side pod. I just have to go take care of a personal need, so to speak. So, and then, oh brother, just call my name, and I'll be there. okay? Can you tell, honey? Oh, one other thing. I'll put with you. Oh, you're you. Reaching out. I can give you all the love you need more. Oh, here I am. Something, something. What a good little boy, hey, Sonny. You a good little boy. You're so good. You're so good. I gotta get back to the video. Every time I see that highlight, well, not every time, but it's often me. I'm just surprised there wasn't actually more comments last night. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I was missing from it. But at the moment I'm chilly, but yeah. Okay. 6, 7, 18, 5 minutes. And the dog. Okay, Sunny, seriously, where is the do not disrupt? Okay, I've already had disruption in this. I thought I saw it. I really don't think you ate that quick. I really don't think you did. I think you hit it so that you could ask for another one. You can get more sneakers with that. Okay? And you've hidden it very well. You know what? I'm going to send you upstairs. I'd be concerned if you eat that quickly. It could potentially blend into the carpet a little bit, but okay. Oh. Yeah, I certainly do not want to be known. That's the thing. Really, I want to be known as a guy who's never accounted because it's totally not the case. Just brief moments here and there. Oh, whew. But yeah, unfortunately, I ain't getting any younger. Not that I'm not able, and I also think somewhat, struggles I've had in life have brought me to where things are a little bit where my health has been affected. But apparently there is a type of diabetes that can be reversed. Somebody was telling me that the other day, just with diet changes. The unfortunate thing is that some of us are picky, and she totally did understand that taste can change over time, food-wise and that's an interesting topic too. She's also going to talk about temperature. Oh, she was laying beside it, sitting here on the couch, which I'd really rather not. I'm thinking you knew that, but if you saw him, he's got a lot of fur. In fact, I want to put that up, or at least, yeah, I want to put that. We really rather give it to him. You could say he has us trained, but whatever. When we're trying to do a podcast or on a phone call and he's noisy. I may or may not be expecting a phone call, but honestly, if I got it during this, whether it was doing well or not, or whether there was a lot going on at the time in it or not, I kind of have to take the call because I've gotten a call from this person before, not telemarketer, no offense to anybody that is, for the most part, although there are some that are legit and some that aren't. And if they aren't, and they're not a chatbot, they're an actual person. I want to say, no offense, but you can do better. At the same time, but anyways, at the same time, it can be hard to sometimes, for various reasons. That privileged people or certain people may not. It's not that they may not understand it, but they may not as readily think about them. But anyway, don't need to say anything else on that. But anyway, it's not a telemarketer. And if it misses call, he will hopefully try calling again. But just in case I might like to bring him into this. And this is not everything. Oh yeah, this page is going to reload that I had open, but it was a post on a social media site where somebody. Okay, it's weird. It won't go back a page because I blocked the guy. It won't reload it. It won't go black. It's just opening white. So I don't know if that means, and now that does not have the same shortcut as the first one. So I don't know if that means, but yeah, basically, I won't see his number to be able to call it back the way it comes in. So I don't want to miss it. So, which actually kind of fits with a couple of the other songs I was going to do. And what is this? Okay. But I still do want to post to a group and says, who has the ability to do startups? Various types, actually, not just in performance groups or whatever, locally, and see if I can tag along with somebody who has the ability to like rent a space more easily and this and that. And hopefully there'll be, someone, pretty laid back and easy to get along with, but hopefully they will be too, and smart, and it can, be a success, and I can truly be living more with even more. This YouTube helps, I would say, but more purpose and more impact and all that stuff. Now, when I said conversation, initially I meant with people that comment, but so far there hasn't been a lot of that, and this came up the other day too. The phrase I can amuse myself. I can, mostly keep it moving and grooving, just with my own, uh, me, myself, and I. But no, it's nicer when more people are, or when Anyway, no, I don't want to get distracted. And I did tell myself that. Okay, so what am I doing now? It's 3 minutes before it's, I guess you would call late morning since it's not noon or afternoon here. I would definitely be done this within an hour, or within, the next 45 minutes to an hour probably. So let's put some music into it then. But at least I put that reminder in here. And every now and then, the channel on the home, which it doesn't have the ability to go live and isn't as active, it will show it to there, or we'll just but it doesn't always notify. Like during the video, we see it, but it doesn't always go to email, or maybe that's only comments. I don't know. Point of the matter is, give us something lovely and good that'll hopefully put it into our notifications, even if it's just within YouTube itself. And like I say, I feel like that's not necessarily likes. And I'm not just saying that because, even though likes are good, they're not as specific. I'm saying that because I don't recall. I think I remember in the long distant past, but certainly not recently, where it says so, or it might say someone has liked your video. Mysterious someone. But no need to be mysterious, unless you think you have a really weird channel name, but would you know it? Would you think it if you did? No. What was the phrase that came up the other day? It's written on something that I may or may not have brought downstairs. Something about being abnormally normal anomaly or something like that, and then also an anomaly. No, just kidding. Okay. Not that I was badly dysregulated, but just kind of. In fact, the one song I was going to do is a few back here, and it makes me think of another one. A few mixy, but this is the browser did not. Says just connection's unstable, but usually this just for a few seconds. There we go. It says the browser did not. It did not say along the top that it was unresponsive or anything. Sometimes it just requires you to click it, and either that'll fix it or freeze it. Fix, flight, or freeze. That would be ironic if we called now. And again, damn that already. But I'm gonna try and ignore it. I know that's maybe not great for me, but I can for so long, and it's kind of like eventually I just will. Nobody's here, but I do think earlier in this video, somebody like just at the mention of me possibly having to leave the screen briefly. So until there's a bit more happening, I'm gonna try not to do so. I will sit through a smidgen of discomfort for you, but within reason, within good reason, or anyway. So, but the hourglass was showing, and there's a song that I keep hearing on the radio. I don't think I want to do it. That it made me think of, and then this one, and I just searched the lyrics. I oddly don't do that very often. I don't feel, because usually I'll know what song it is, but I didn't. But when I looked it up, I recognized it. I would never have guessed it was by this singer. I don't know who I would have thought it was by. Who would you have thought it was by? Nobody's watching to hear that question, but maybe they will. Like, oh, I love so-and-so. That's not who it is, though. Me too, but that's not who it is. I've never played this before. And it's just, it's got a really nice chord pattern, melody, and it's, the lyrics are somewhat interesting at parts. 2 a.m. she calls me because I'm still awake. Can you help me? Oh, interesting. I just realized something with this. It's as if it's written by a couple or something. I don't know, because the first one, although I know there's all types of relationships and that's fine, but the first one part says she, and then it talks about he. So that's interesting. Okay. 2 a.m. Just because, like it's not just written from one perspective. And I read through the lyrics earlier and didn't pick that up for some reason. 2 a.m. and she calls me because I'm still awake. Please come help me unravel my latest mistake. Winter's just wasn't my season. I think it means they wanted to cuddle through the winter, You walk through the door, so accusing their eyes like they have any right at all to criticize. Hypocrites, you're all here for the very same reason. Life's like an hourglass to the table. No one can find you. Bring your head in your hands and breathe. Just breathe. I must think of that other breathe song. Maybe that's what it was. Just he sat down to the flask in his room. Ain't been sober since maybe October of last year. I'll do Independence Day on here in town. You can tell he's been down for a while, but my God, it's so beautiful when you see the smile. Maybe just sing about it. You can't jump the tracker like cars on the cable. Life's like an hour on the table. No one can find you rhyme, but let's see a bit hard at my arm at the moment to have this guitar there. Scroll it down, it's like suddenly picked up. Right at the end of each tunnel, your shortcut it justifies your way out, and these mistakes you've made. turning around. 2 a.m. I'm still awake, writing a song. If I get it all down on paper, it's no longer is it? Threatening to belong to. What a line. I feel like I'm naked in front of the crowd, because these words are my diary screaming out loud. I know that I'll use them however I want to. You can't hold me back or like that. Life's like an hourglass. No, I look back and be just breathe. I feel like if I just do a bunch of music, that eventually, or that, again, it's not that I feel like I don't talk about worthwhile things, but last night was more so music based, and like I say, I did pretty well. So, yeah, trying to find that balance, either whether it's within the same video or with each video, or with like just in general. Now, I do want to go to the piano soon because I'm feeling a little bit cramped up. This is just chapstick, in case you're wondering. I wish there was at least someone here to hear the lead up, and then if I'm missing comments while I'm playing, and it says, I guess my kindness is covered, then they can say, hey now, don't do it over. Look at that. And Zoe just came in. Now, I don't usually play with the music stand, but I feel like it'd be more front on to do so. More, I can look instead of having it to the side. So I'm just going to go get it. It is actually upstairs, and the viewer left. Couldn't wait long enough for me to get a music stand, eh? Maybe it was unintentional or not personal. But yeah, and it's a bit tricky. I do like it upstairs, and it means I have to go upstairs. But, oh well. The other thing I do yeah, now I don't even need it. Well, I have a feeling I need to get warm. I need to get warm before I get cold. I'm just kidding. 2 of those are real. At least, not all of them. At least 2, though. Oh, like I said earlier, I ain't getting no younger. Okay, so this song is what do I say about it? Like I said, I've only played it just this morning, and they're like, all right, now they can sound of it. Again, could be any reason, not necessarily poisonal. On the guitar for the first time today, or at least one of very few times, and I can't remember the last time. Maybe do I want to write anything just in the comments for people to see? which is wild to put into words and think about. But hey, it's the truth. The whole truth. And everything but the truth. Just kidding. Okay. Can't stand up. Again, it feels longer in the small box than when you send it through. Not that it has to be long, but longer it is, the bigger the better. No. Just a phrase. Anyway. The more extent, I'm just digging myself in deeper into the gutter, so I'll just play. Well, adults here, but I did have a good reminder the other day of not around kids a ton. And we had some, you could say, very distant family local, and we could have gotten back there with them, but then we would have had to have been in their RV with them the whole time. And all three of them, I think, we wouldn't be able to escape it. And it's a long drive, and the relative's too hard to see sick right now, and the garden's out, and these are some of his reasons too. But basically, we were around some kids the other day, and two of them at our place, and the mother. I was a little bit worried. First of all, I thought the kid was older. I thought I was expecting the teenager, but the teenager was with the dad, someone else. But I worried because neither of us, but a bit more so me. I don't have a filter. I just kind of say what comes out of my mouth, for the most part. But I very quickly could tell that she didn't either, the mother. And almost kind of the kids, like in a way that can mean that your kids are going to be more of a brat. She said they're nice kids. They are still kids though. But like there was something they introduced us to, and when I Googled the name or YouTube the name, he said, "Yeah, it's this one, the first one." And at first I said, "What was it?" I said, "Really, you've seen that?" It's like I was going to say, "I don't know, kids, that one may not be one to watch." And then it came up when they were leaving too, that I was worried, because they don't have a filter. And the kids didn't ask any questions, but heck, the dog did almost get out because they weren't being careful, even after kind of being, warned. And how he climbed over that big bag of dog food in those two chairs and got that guitar thing, which is not super tall, it's kind of a mini thing. He did it so fast, I do remember seeing him reach though. But anywho, we were joking, "Oh, I don't even use a coffee filter," and blah, blah, blah. Here's the thing. Whether it's media, their friends, or just people with even the best of intentions that are just very free-spirited and not used to having to kind of watch what they say on the internet or in person, because they're not around kids much or whatever. Because, like we were talking to someone, she said she had, 40 cousins or nieces, or like, that's foreign language to both of us in this household. We know people have big families, and apparently it's not a myth. But the one that was visiting us, I think she'd only met him once or twice, but she'd never been here, and he'd only been there a couple of times. And then she was seeing her husband's dad, who left. I thought I'd heard 6 months, but maybe they've been talking for 6 months, and I heard it wrong. But they hadn't seen each other since she was 16. She's like, he has all this time, and she would seem quite frustrated. At first, he didn't get it, but she said, "So that's going to be interesting." And she had the kids, so he hadn't seen his dad since he was 16. It sounded like he wanted a relationship with his dad, a connection with his dad, but I watch these adoption shows sometimes, and sometimes there is good reasons with someone, or reasons that become out of control, like drinking habits or whatever, that kind of take over, that kind of, being able to, and then she had never met her one aunt, and she lives in Vancouver, which is a big place, but, and she said something about being in the mainland, whatever, but she'd never met her aunt, and they live in the same province, and she had met her other aunt Like it was a whole bunch of first time meetings that I almost couldn't fathom it. But then there's a lot of relatives that I've probably not met that I don't know about. And the person that was briefly here for a moment left. They're like, "Oh yeah, I have to call my aunt. Thanks for reminding me." um, but or as some people will say, "Aunt, your aunt." It does sound cooler. I'll give you that. Just like hetero sounds cooler. But is it? Anywho, like there were some things she said. It was like, you know, but anywho, so it's just impossible to safeguard our children. From like we can teach them right. Either right from wrong, or we could teach them certain important things to teach them. But at the end of the day, even out in public, you know, they will start hearing things from others, and we can't stop it all. People, as parents, not that I am one, but because I'm not around kids very much. But yeah, okay. I do like how this came across on the guitar, so I'm going to try and do it. And if I don't get to the other ones till tomorrow morning, I don't think it's going to be noon by the time I finish this one. But at the rate things are going, but um, but uh, I totally can. I mean, I'm gonna have a phone call tomorrow. I really should be trying to save my energy, but I hopefully will. I'm gonna have a phone call tomorrow, and then that I kind of might foresee, and then an errand, or I might do just get delivery and do the other errand. Can maybe wait till Wednesday. Which is be found in the drawer, even though I look in the closet, the cupboard, whatever that thing is. I do remember this one. Me and your sister singing it, but I don't think I want to. So I won't. Just need to stretch. If this is the still that somebody tunes in on, welcome. Stretch with me. It may be a stretch. It is a stretch. I really intended to kind of start this podcast with these couple songs, but oh well, what can you do? Did I close that? Yes, I did. He was just going upstairs when that one came to mind. I guess I'm a little bit on the fence. Nobody's here right now to help me decide, so I've got to decide unless somebody comes to help me decide. And I almost dropped that pick in that day. I'm on the fence as to whether I want to do this one. I did go and get the music stand, and I can keep it down here, I suppose. There is something intriguing, though, I will say, about coming and doing a live video. Just kind of, it's interesting to see how it's received, how it do. In between that one that Rosie misunderstood me, and then like she was a bit sensitive, they were a bit sensitive, whichever. Um, Mistook a curious question, which honestly I'd ask a lot of people, as which it wasn't. And then also, well, one of these ones. Let's get to the music. So, I'll save the ones I'm thinking of. There's a Garth Brooks song. There's a Steven Tyler song. There's a Aerosmith in general. They're like, I don't like either. Bye. I think really well. Why don't I try and do these in the order that I thought of them the other day, and I'll get at least a couple of them in. Um, because last night when we were looking at this book, I found these, and I thought, you know what, I'll try and do them in the morning. And I could have actually easily gotten distracted by other things or whatever, but I didn't. So it does kind of feel like at least one, if not all three of these, is meant to be, and it's not noon here yet. Either way, good songs. And then the other ones are open. The only reason I'm tempted to do the other ones first is if the browser crashes and doesn't relaunch properly, then it's a real pain to get them back. Whereas this music book, you know. So can you understand why I'm torn? I'm all out of faith. This is how I feel. Online on the floor. Illusions never change into something real. Okay, I'm gonna do "Love Is Your Name." I think it's called by Steven Tyler, um, and yeah, it is a bit of a lovey-dovey song, but it's also kind of just about love in general. And I like what he's doing with his music career. I mean, he was once, and this keeps kind of coming up, this show and other old reality shows from back in the day. He was once a judge, obviously, on one of those talent shows, which I've auditioned for. I think I did River of Dreams the other day. I certainly intended to. Um, and he said something very, well, you could call it poetic, very, something about pouring concrete down in your throat, something weird like that, something like that. And I actually thought the person wasn't that bad. I mean, the bad ones. I don't want to diss anybody, but I know good when I hear it. And I thought the person. I don't even remember much details, but I thought they were bad. And I thought that what was though was what Steven Tyler said. But you know what? I still kind of like him. So it's one of those ones that I feel is kind of hard to like. He's a very interesting character and guy, and he's very mellow and laid back. And I once met someone who claimed to have sat at a bar with him once. Anyway, the bureau left, and so it is what it is. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Send your kisses my way. Bring your sweetheart to beautiful video. I've been waiting for so long. Tell me all your stories. Leave some open for me. What a neat lyric. I'm just turning this off. Now, write your name into this song. That's a beautiful idea for a live stream, actually. Tell a little bit of your story. I'll make it into a song, and even though I haven't lived your story, that could be interesting. I walk through the fire, and I'll run through the rain. I'll wait for forever. Catch your wind from heaven, sent down while I'm through. Make with me the morning sun. Oh, I'll wait until you come. Walk through the fire, I'll run through the rain. I'll wait for forever. I don't want to wait. That's the other song that started. And then it's just the chorus again. So yeah, which I don't feel like I want to exert the energy to doing. The other, that being said, that's a good segue. Actually, it really is, and it's ironic because it's just some of the lyrics in this song. I don't know. I almost want to do the first verse and the chorus. I don't know if I really want to do the full thing. and it does start with that. I don't know. It's a fun one to sing. Um, I can't remember why I said the title today, just like in saying. Um, I'm wondering what a D with a C sharp sounds like on the piano. Oh, just a moment. Do I want to bring this over there? There was something that made me feel, I don't know if I want to do the full song. It's funny because I have a Paul in my mind when this song came up once a long time ago. There was God loving her. Girl, know the father. I don't want to wait for her life to be over. Theme of my life lately. I want to know right now. Will it be? I don't want to wait for her life to be over. Will it be But I did learn, welcome, I did learn another song. I've never played it before, but please don't assume that means it won't go well. Hopefully it will. Second capo, second fret. I beg to differ. If you're musical and you say, well, if he's not going to capo, he's not going to be capable. But I've heard it a couple times this morning. It has the same title. And if I mess this up, hopefully it won't be too late to apologize. But that's a topic as well. We could talk about apologizing and forgiveness and all that stuff. But now this song, and if I don't get it very well, I will stop and I will do the other plans. But I'm already kind of forgetting it. So you know what? I'll do that one some other time. How do I stop the scroller? And the viewer left. They're like, well, screw it then. I guess you're done. Of course not. I'm only just beginning. Just kidding. No, I will be finishing soon. I promise. There was another one I thought of doing. I can actually see the stats along the top while having this open another window. And we've got someone just tuned in. Welcome. Either they were just here and came back or just tuning in. Curious if it's for the first time ever seeing the videos, our videos, and also where you're watching from, if you'd like to say. Be very ironic if you're from Baltimore, because what I think I'm going to do, and you're like, I'm not, so sayonara. Just kidding. No, what I think I'm going to do is this song. I think so, baby. I think, but I'm still not sure. I think, therefore I am. So, and I mentioned in the chat, live chat, because I was actually intending to do this a little while ago. And if you'd like to hear some Aerosmith, let me know. Or if there's anything else you'd like to hear. But I just find this to be a fun song. It's a little bit different. And the viewer left. You know, it is. It's kind of funny to laugh about it. And, you know, some people may say, well, he has a good time when I leave. You know, it makes a funny joke. And sometimes it goes on for a while, blah, blah. You know, I mean, I don't like it. I do think it's a little bit rude. But, you know, I'll make the most of it. You know, I mean, it can be very hard to do that in life sometimes. I'm certainly not an expert necessarily. But then two people come in at once. It's like they brought a friend, or just two people came in at once. So but one of them left. Anyway, anywho, no more head games. This is gonna be, and then the other one. Okay, so you know, it's interesting because, you know, like sometimes very random jokes come in, and then sometimes they're a bit more redundant. It's like, I've made this one you know, number of times before, and I don't know. It's I don't know. Speaking of those auditions, I want to do something. I wish I had those wigs. And rest of soul. I wish I had wigs. But just imagine, I don't. I wish I could do a visual. I need to stand up for a moment anyway. So, where am I doing this? Here, I guess. This is so funny after mentioning auditions. Little bit of a different view on things. Um, I'm just going to do a short little snippet parody because, like I say, these aren't scripted and often a little bit of not everything, but most things. So this is kind of a cool view you're getting here. So take it in and enjoy it. And I'm going to do just a moment here, a parody of the viewer laughter. Like, I don't care what you're going to do. You ain't doing it, so I'm leaving. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, sometimes something comes up or they click something or, the internet's showing them all kinds of interesting stuff, so they're saving it for later, whatever it is, But I do sometimes think that, okay, the charger pulled out. I just don't want to forget that it's not in. I do sometimes think that people have very short attention spans, shorter than mine even, and I have ADHD. Put your excuse. No, but anyway, I'm going to do a little parody. From what I can recall, it's been a while since I've heard it. And I know I don't have the look. I didn't plan to do this. But people be like, oh, I recognize that, but you need to work on the look a bit. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. But because this is very spur of the moment, it's going to do it like this. Anybody who ever seen, I believe it was it American Idol or X Factor? I feel like it may have been a British show. And you know what? There was actually some good elements, and the viewer left because they're like, I hate British shows. No, but not saying I do, although a bit of triggers directed, but no offense to the Brits. I love them. I love their accents too. And yeah, but anywho, and the Britneys, they're also pretty good, most of them. Anywho, I'm thinking of one. I saw a twin recently, actually. In fact, yes, I want to watch that in living color. Maybe with lunch, as long as they don't make anything gross. I mean, that particular episode of Come Dine With Me, they actually made some decent sounding stuff that maybe I should look back at. But now I've watched a bunch of stuff since then, so good luck finding it. Kind of thing. But I didn't finish it, so maybe I should. But that one he scored are 2 points, and I did happen to share with my friend there. Not everybody wants to see your big fishing catches and is into fish, but I'm looking past it because it's a great connection, and some people say it would be a silly thing to hate, but at the same time, but I almost got myself back into tuna the other day, and I was expecting it to be white, and it was pink in a little can, lemon pepper too. I mean, it looked very boring and pink and yucky, so no. Anywho, so she comes in and she says, I'm a vocal coach. I'm a holistic vocal coach. What does that mean? It means I'm a vocal coach and I teach holistically. I mean, makes sense to me. I'm going to show you what my voice can do, and you're going to like it. But first of all, and honestly, some people may have thought she was weird, but seriously, people aren't numbers. It's true. I'm not a number. Okay, so let's get that. Now, if I may, get on with singing, please. Yes, sure. Start singing. Want to hear some metal? Want to hear me? Weren't you proud? I can't remember. And I should state, although they probably see it all the time, and this is like an hour into this video, nobody's watching. Maybe if they were watching, I'd state it. Is there anything else I remember from that? That was like a tornadoing through it. You're gonna hear me? What? I've got the eye of the tiger. You know what? I am very tempted. But so many people did do a parody of her. I don't know how easy this would be to find, but I'm very tempted to, and I'll put these in other windows later. See if I can find her. Official channel or an interview. That doesn't even look like her, but it does say X. No, actually, it kind of does with different hair, but the channel name says Jamie. Find some interesting things. I definitely find some interesting things. If anybody can help, nah, nobody's watching right now, so I can't blame you because I just showed that shelf. I just showed you my shelf. I bared my shelf to you, and nobody saw it. Just kidding. I'd like to find a channel and hear her do other stuff. She was intriguing. She had some talent. She certainly had a spunky personality, right? And those shows don't always treat people very well. I'm thinking of that one that looked like Pink. That would be a good segue because I saw her do a song that I have open in my browser, but I don't know if I want to do it. But she, as the fan almost dropped something. She didn't have a very good experience on X Factor either. I mean, Simon's the way Simon is. It's one of those ones like Judge Judy. You gotta love him, but hate him too, right? That's a stupid theme. Anywho, so, but yes, but yes, I'm a and a yes. Well, this has been rolling for a while, but somebody might tune in while I'm still rolling, and some people will watch some of it. And as soon as I say it, so first of all, if you are curious and you watch other parts of this video that happened before you tuned in, if you know Ariel Burdett and you left, you're like, why would I do that? Like, anyway, what I'm trying to say is, no offense, not trying to be mean, and apparently she died tragically, from what I believe to be the truth. Imagine if I channeled her sometime. That would be interesting. I know, and she'd be just the type that would just take to a summoning, so to speak, right? But and this is where that was actually just a perfect example. I saw somebody post in a group, but I wandered from it. Hopefully, I'll see the post again. If I don't, I don't. I know there's a couple things that made me iffy about that. Where one of the questions was distinguishing your own voice from like a spirit you might be channeling, and basically, usually I can tell, but for a moment there, I heard, "It's all good, darling. It's all good." And it's like, was that her though? I couldn't tell. It would sure be interesting. You got that right. Okay, that felt real. She was also very much like the two of us in this house. Not that we sing everything, and sometimes like he was singing the instructions. I said, and it was a simple thing in a way, but we'd never quite made that particular item. And there was a part of the instructions that were confusing me, and I said, I was asking for clarification, and he starts singing the instructions, and I said, this is a weird thing to be singing, and it's just I'm struggling to hear your answer within it, just answer the damn question, kind of thing. Ooh, I almost put my thumb into my palm very hardly, and but we sing a lot of even made up songs. I don't know. Like I think of somebody like our neighbor, for instance, who I don't think hangs out on YouTube very much, and I think not only, but she has some other things that she deals with, and she's also pissed me off a few times, but she's a very serious type of person, and I know it takes all types. I'm not saying they're bad people, serious, people, but you gotta laugh in life, and there's songs about it too. Oh, let him after his life. full of laughter and whatever else. I love to laugh. Maybe I'll do laughter theme songs later, but I don't want to be specifically laughed at just for that. Like, it's good that it's embedded in here, kind of thing. But you gotta and there's topics on this on the internet, and I could do it if I could do it if you want me to do it. Like, like have do that as a topic later. Just how laughter helps. I know that sometimes it can kind of can either diffuse or it can make serious moments more bothersome or whatever. Like, it can be like, this needs to be taken seriously, you know. So there's a time and a place. Same with comedy. We were talking about the Apollo this morning, actually. There is, but whether it's singing or laughing, there's been a lot of people, or one lady and then a couple. It looked like next door. You just gotta enjoy life as you can, because it beats the opposite, and life's hard enough, isn't it? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm able to do that all the time, but yeah. Yep. I don't think I want the song I'm going to do in its own podcast. That's not to say somebody won't do it. And I do. I like doing it live. It's quicker and easier. It's more spontaneous in a way. So I'm thinking I could record this and then separately and then upload it later. But I mean, I'd still want to, so it's fine. But I'm just getting in my head. But so anyway, I hope I've helped your day be enjoyable, whether it was or wasn't, and including your morning. And if it is morning and you happen to tune in while I play this, cool. In which case, whether you're in Baltimore or not, I sing this. And I be. Anyway, I sing this. I Tarzan, you Jake. Well, it would have been great if somebody was there and said, actually, no, I'm Tarzan. Thank you very much. I am, and I always have been, and I always will be. Oh, I'm wearing my loincloth right now, That makes two of us. Woo! Remember I said about no filter like an hour ago? I'm just kidding. Maybe she's poor. I hear the beat, the rhythm of town is calling me down. It's like a message from up above. Just bring me back to the clouds and the streets that I love. Good morning, Baltimore. Every day's like an open door. Every night's like a symphony. Every like a fantasy of life, like every sound's like a symphony. I'm Baltimore. Someday you're gonna take me far. We're gonna wake up and see Baltimore and Baltimore does this as well, actually. Speaking of dude that looks like a lady, I thought of doing that. I don't want anybody to take it wrong, but it's not a rude song, I don't think. Look at my hair. What can you wear with mine today? I don't really want to show my crazy hair. Got my display and radio, and I'm ready to go. The rest of the week, I'll get them. This is saying ironic because I did Tracy Chapman last night. It's up to you. Don't hold me back. For today all my dreams will come true. Good morning, Baltimore. There's the flasher that lives next door. There's on the bottom stool. Wish me luck on the way to school. Good morning, Baltimore. And someday when I take to the floor, the world's gonna wake up and see Baltimore. And I don't know this part. I know every step. I know every song. I know there's a place where I belong. See all those party lights shimmering ahead. So someone invite me give me a chance. 'Cause when I start to dance, I'm a movie star. Something inside of me makes me move. When I hear the groove, my mind tells me no, but my feet tell me go. It's like a drummer inside my heart. My heart's a stereo, okay? Don't make me remember a moment from my life to start. I love you, Baltimore. Every day is an open door. Every night is a fantasy. I don't want to anyway. Every sound like a symphony. I promise, Baltimore, that someday I will take to the floor and feel like I'm good both ways, guitar and not. Please don't say you're better without the guitar. I've heard that before in my life. Anyway, the world's gonna wake up and see Baltimore and me. I just don't know the key change to flats. Baltimore and me. He's got to be finished soon, and I'd like to see how they're doing. I'm surprised the dog hasn't been sent down here yet. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up now, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Take care.